Hey, how are you doing? Welcome to this new episode. I feel like I'm repeating myself every week. I don't like every week. I don't think I have 3 stories to tell you about my week because my life is really routine. My days are always the same, and honestly, I love that. I wake up, I pack my bag, I go to work, I work on my project for a few hours, then I work for my internship until 4 or 5, and then I go back home and I relax until I go to sleep. And basically, this is like if I had to give you my week, it's like 7 times this. But I did some interesting things, and interesting things happened to me, and I had interesting thoughts. So today is the first episode where I will just give you my thoughts about things more than telling you a story about my life. And like, this is the first episode where I will do it on purpose, okay? And I also have only 2 weeks left here at Cardiff, and I want to keep doing this podcast after Cardiff. So this is probably how this podcast will turn out. Let's start. So one thing I did this week is that I started branding the application I'm currently building. As you may know, I'm building an app where I basically I aim to manage my whole life. I wanna manage my tasks, my notes, my calendar, and everything in my life. The first goal when I started building this app was to build a system that matches my productivity model. I've got a model quite specific and quite precise, and the general apps that I was using, like Notion, like Obsidian, like Microsoft To Do, and things like this, didn't really work for me. So I built an app based on my system, and it worked really great, okay? It's like managing my app is way more easily than before, and I think I can't come back to another system. And a few weeks ago, I made it publicly available, which means that anyone can create an account and connect to it again and enjoy the app for free. But the app wasn't really public. What I mean is that it was kind of hidden in my portfolio website. There was no specific website for this app. Okay, you had to click on something, click on my little button at the bottom of my website, and you will be redirected to a hidden page of this website to connect and things like this. And yeah, it was hidden. So when I made it publicly available, I talked about it in my podcast a few weeks ago. I don't remember, it was like week 4 or 5 probably, something like this. And the funny thing is that some people that I don't know at all created an account on my app. And this means 2 things. One, random people are listening to my podcast, which I love this fact. Basically, the goal of this podcast was just to share my life here at Cardiff with my friends. But the fact that, sorry for the noise, the fact that random people are listening to it and are listening long enough to hear about my apps and create an account on this app is amazing. I really love that. So really thank you if you're listening to this. It's a great thing. I love that. So yeah, random people created an account on my app, and so I thought, let's make it serious, okay? Let's make it a real app and not just something hidden in my own website. So I brainstormed the first step of a great app, which is the name. And the best name I found out is Life OS. So OS stands for operating system. In computer science, basically the thing that makes your computer work normally. So the most famous ones are Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, things like this. You know them, okay? And this is an operating system. So Life OS literally means the operating system of your life, which is the goal of the app. So it's a great name. I love that name, honestly. This is one of the best names I found out. But it's regional, like it's not it's not really rare to find out a name like this, which means that other people already thought about an app for that name, no, a name for their app. And so after finding the name, for a good website, you need to have a domain, like google.com, for example. So I searched for a domain with Life OS, and like most of them were already taken, and like you can't like get them. But some of them were free, like available, not free, but available. And so to understand what I will tell you right now, you have to understand how domain works. So basically, you have different type of domains, but some domains are more expensive than others to buy. Okay. So, for example, if I give you the name hello.com, this is a very easy domain to remember. Okay, hello.com. Hello is a word that everyone talking English knows, which means that anyone talking English will recognize this domain as a really interesting domain. Okay, and this is why this domain is called a premium domain, and you have to pay a basic fee, which is most of the time really a big fee, to be able to use that domain. Okay, we are talking about multiple thousands. Okay, for low premium domain. Sorry, but for example, the domain chat.com that OpenAI bought not a long time ago for ChatGPT, it was multiple millions of dollars, okay, to buy the chat.com. This is the scale of the thing, okay? And so for LifeOS, I think it was like lifeos.com, life-os.com, or life-os.app, something like this. You could use it, but pay 10,000 euros to be able to use it. So I was like, well, this is probably an app that will not pay anything for me. So let's find something that is not really expensive. And I found that life-os.xyz was available for only $15 a year, I think. Yeah, this is what I paid. So life-os.xyz, and it was available, so I took it because XYZ is like really easy to remember. You know, it's not like a .app or .store that you can forget because it's a basic word. It's like XYZ. You will remember it. And life-os, which is the name, so it's perfect. And this means that if right now you're opening a browser, Chrome, for example, or any browser you want, honestly, you can go on life-os.xyz and find the app I'm talking about. Okay, that's great. So right now I have the name and the domain. Okay, for the next few days, my goal is to build a full brand around, like not a full brand, but like the artistic thing of the brand. So I want to find the colors, the fonts, the logo, all that stuff. And once I have all these, I want to build a real landing page and make it like a serious app. So for example, if you're going on any app, an app that is really used, okay, if you're going on twitter.com, but you don't have an account, so like x.com now, but you don't have an account, you will get on a page where they will say, hey, X is a great app, you should create an account right now, things like this. Okay, this is a landing page, and it's really, really important to have one for your app because this is where people will decide if they want to create an account or not. And like Twitter is really, really famous, which means that they don't really need it. It's more something to guide the users on how to create an account more than you should create an account. But for a very small app, for someone not famous like me, it's really, really important because it's not an emotional argument. It's a really, really logical argument. You have to say, okay, this is the price, this is what you will get, and you will get way more than these 10 or 20 bucks a month from the app. And it's really a logical thing, and a great landing page is required to sell your app, okay? So once I have found all the brand thing and all the branding, I will create a landing page, because right now if you go on lifeos.xyz, it just redirects you to the login page or the create an account page, but you don't have the arguments, okay, to create an account. So this is like, finding the branding and building the landing page to make the app start selling a little bit are the next steps. And I also want to find a business model. Well, the business model for an app is quite easy and famous. It's either a membership, either a one-time price. Okay, the membership either from 10 to 50 bucks a month. 50 bucks is like quite expensive. Or the one-time payment is usually around 100 to maybe 1,000 euros, and then you can use the app for life, and it's free of charge after that. I think what I will do is a membership, honestly, because a monthly membership is better than something one time. It means that you will get like your money every month, but it's also harder to sell, because like when I'm telling you, give me 100 bucks right now, you see the full price, like it's a fixed price, okay? But when I tell you, give me 10 bucks every month, it's infinite. You know what I mean? It's like, maybe you will pay me for only 5 months and it will only cost you 50 bucks. But maybe you will pay me for 100 months and it will be 1,000 bucks at the end. You know what I mean? Which means that a one-time payment is easier to sell, but it's less rewarding also on a really huge scale. But I think a monthly membership is a good thing, because I have another marketing technique for this, which is the anchor price. So the anchor price is a way to sell more through like having two prices for nearly the same thing. The best example I can find is OpenAI. Okay, so OpenAI have and ChatGPT, more specifically ChatGPT, they have a free tier so that anyone can use ChatGPT. They have a plus tier, which is 20 bucks a month, and they have a pro tier, which is 200 a month. And the fact that there's such a big difference between the plus and pro tier makes the pro tier more interesting, and the price feels lower than it is really. Because when you have 3 prices in front of you, you're thinking about, okay, what if I pay 20 bucks a month, and what if I pay 200 bucks a month, And when you compare them, you're like, okay, but like 20 bucks a month is nothing compared to the 200. And you have almost the same functionalities, almost the same features. So it's really, really interesting to pay only 20 bucks a month rather than paying 200. And when you have this in mind, it's like way more easy for you to pay 20 bucks a month. Whereas if you had 20 bucks compared to 50 bucks, even the 20 bucks will feel big and like a high price compared to the 50, because 50 and 20 are close. And so how I want to implement this in my app is that I will probably have something like 15 or 20 bucks a month, and another one that will be probably 250 or 300. I don't know. Maybe I don't have any precise idea right now, but the goal is to have 2 prices, and the second one will make the first one lower than it really is. And obviously I have to give like more features to the second price, but these will be things like community support, like a community of only high-paying customers, beta features and things like this. Okay, there will be not really hard to implement features, I think. So yeah, because this will get paid in the next few days, maybe weeks. All the people that created an account before I make it paid will keep their free access for life. Okay, so it means that if you're interested but not really sure about the app and you wanna just test it out, test it right now, because after that it will get paid. And if you don't wanna pay $10 or $20 a month, it's now or never, honestly. And yeah, this is what I'm working on. When I tell you I'm working on my project, this is like 90% of what I'm working on. Beside that, there is like this podcast and some other things in my mind. But this is like the big thing I'm working on right now. And honestly, I really love working on this project. I can work for hours without seeing the time pass. And that's what happened yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday, and I went to the office to work on my project around 9 a.m., probably 8:30. And like, I rather work at the office because like here I have 3 screens and the environment here is way more focused on work than my bedrooms where I have my bed, where I have my bed and a desk where I eat often and things like this. Okay. So yeah, I get to the office around 9:30, and I stayed there until 7 p.m., which is like 10 hours. And the only reason why I left the office at 7 p.m. is that I could go to the Domino's, get the pizza I ordered, and get back to the office in like 15 minutes so that I can eat at the office and keep working until late. And I think I left around 9 p.m., something like this. And this mood of like waking up, working, and ordering food, and then going to sleep is amazing. I really love that. And like right now, my apps are not making any money. But as soon as I will get to make money and enough so that I can live only with this, like the revenue generated with my apps, I think I will do this like all day. Like I will walk I wake up, I walk, I order food, I eat it while I walk, and then I go to sleep. This is the best thing I can like walk. I can do right now because I love that. And like this is like there are 3 reasons why I can do that right now. The first thing is that I love what I'm doing. Every time I implement a new feature and it's working well, I've got like a big dopamine rush and I'm feeling so good. So I have to like that and love that to be able to do that like for a few days. And honestly, I've been doing that for like the past 2 months, so it's quite good. The second reason, it's like really unhealthy to do that because like you're not eating good, you don't have any social relation. It's not really a good thing to do, but it's better to do this for a few hours at the beginning of your life and like be able to enjoy the rest of your life with the money you made. Because like the big problem when you're not doing this is that you have to work to live. Okay, you have to work from 9 to 5 days a week to make enough money at the end of the month to live another month or maybe 2 or 3 of the months. And like you always have this pressure of working a little bit to work. And I rather like work for 2-3 years maybe and make a huge amount of money, like probably multi-millions of money of dollars, and be able after that to like just invest my money in probably like the stock markets or things like this to get passive income. And once I have passive income, I don't have to work anymore because I still get money from like the stock markets, as I told you, or maybe like renting an apartment or things like this. You know what I mean? I feel like I've said, you know what I mean, so many times in the past 2 minutes. But yeah, okay. This is like eternality, but I rather do this right now, in order not to have to work for like 40 years after that. And the third reason why I can do that is because I don't have any responsibilities. Like I'm away from my parents, from my friends, from my girlfriend, which means that I don't have to see them. Actually, you know what I mean. I don't have to go to my parents and see if they are doing good, what they are doing, and things like this. It's the same thing with my friends and with my girlfriend. And I also don't have any kids, any dogs or cats or anything. So basically, I can do whatever I want, however I want, without being accountable to anyone. Okay, I could do this with a kid, but like my my girlfriend, the mom of the kid, will be really, really mad at me because I will have done nothing for the kid. So yeah, right now these are the 3 reasons why I can do that, and I think I will be able to do that in the future, because in the future I will still build apps that I love. I will probably don't have any big responsibilities for the next few years, and as I told you, I rather have this unhealthy life for a few years than a life I don't like for 40 or 50 years. And you have this way of thinking of sacrificing 3 to 5 years right now to enjoy the 50 years that are coming next may seem logical to you, but the odds are quite the opposite. Because if you think about it, 95% of people, and these are numbers just out of my mind, okay? It's not backed by any studies or anything, but 90% of people rather live a comfortable, okay tier life right now and for the rest of their life than a hard and not rewarding moment for the next few years to then enjoy their life after that. Because they rather have instant gratification, okay? We hear that a lot in the news right now, but they rather have instant gratification and not feeling really good after that than feeling bad right now and feeling good after, okay? And it's really intuitive from the human body, okay? You don't have to. I feel like I'm saying this as if I was blaming you or anyone for doing this, but it's really, really normal. But once you realize this, you can choose to shift your mindset from doing this and then going to a hard life right now to an easy life later. But this is not the big point I want to make. Okay, this was just a side point. This point. So yeah, this was not the big point, but this is the point I still want to make, because I want to ensure you can understand my decision. Maybe you don't understand it. Maybe you can. Maybe you do. But the fact that you can understand it, even if it doesn't change my life, if you don't understand it, is better than just not being able to understand it because it's not in your mind, okay? Now you have an idea of why I'm doing this and why maybe you could do this. And after that, it's really up to you, okay? The second part is about relationships. As I told you, I don't have any responsibilities right now because I'm in Cardiff, far from anyone I know. But when I will get back to France and live in France for next year, which is probably what will happen, I will have responsibilities with my parents, with my friends, even if these responsibilities are going to party with them or making great activities with them. These are kind of responsibilities. So yeah, I will have some responsibilities, and probably a lot more with my girlfriend than with anyone. And what I want to talk about is not really related to the work all day thing, but kind of, okay? So I've been with my girlfriend for the last 3 years and a half. We've been through a lot of things together. She kind of lost a lot of her friends because we were spending too much time together. We had scabies together. Then she lived in America for 10 months. Then we started studying different things in different cities. And right now I've been in Cardiff for the last 10 months, and we haven't seen each other for a while. But we're still together, okay? And like our couple is quite strong. But for the past few months, I would say like for the past 3 or 4 months, we both realized that we don't know if we still love each other. Right now, we don't talk a lot, as we are both busy in different countries. We don't call anymore because we don't find time. We don't find time to. And honestly, we don't really spare time to call neither. And we've come to this point where we both know that when we're physically together, we are having a great time. We are laughing, we're having activities, and we both like enjoy these moments a lot. But as soon as we are as we are away from each other, it's like really, really different. We 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 we, we less have the thing where we wanna connect with the other one when we are away from each other, compared to when we are together, like physically. And the problem is that we will live away from each other a lot in the next few years. Okay, so we're studying in different cities. She's planning to do her third year abroad, like probably in America, I think, or Asia. She wasn't sure. Maybe I will come back here in the UK to work. Like, the future is not very bright and clear. We don't know what will happen. And yeah, we're discussing a lot about the fact that maybe it's better for both of us to separate and live our own life, even though we know that there are still some sparks between us. And yeah, this is a very difficult decision. Like, we're happy together, but we have to decide if we want to sacrifice our couple, probably forever, for hope to be happier after that. And it's not easy to make because we're like, I'm her first love. She's like my first serious love. We don't wanna like we're quite the goal of any of our friends, like the love goal of any of our friends. And it's hard to say like, yeah, we've been together for 3 months and a half. We lived amazing things, and we still decide to separate. But like, it's hard for anyone. Like, it's not hard only for us to separate, obviously. But yeah, maybe we won't. Maybe we won't like be happier if we separate. But like, yeah, maybe like I think the worst case will be that one of us will wanna get back with the other one, but not the other one. Okay, and just have this like one-sided love for the other, and this will be the worst case, honestly. And like on my side, I don't know what to think about it. Honestly, I feel really, really happy being here, working on what I love. I don't really have friends here. I don't have a lot of relationships, but I feel really, really happy with my current life. Maybe it won't last. Okay, maybe I won't feel happy like this. Maybe I wouldn't feel happy like this for 3, 4, 5 months or more. But right now I am, and at the same time I really miss her. Like, I want to be with her. So I don't know. Maybe I have the privilege to be able to live happily with and without her right now. But what does it mean? Maybe it means that I don't love her anymore. Or maybe it means that I'm just good enough with myself for not needing someone else. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I don't know if it's clear. Like, am I Am I clear telling you this? I don't know. These are like just my thoughts that I like wrote really fast on a piece of paper to tell you this. And like yeah, this is like the future is a little bit blurry, and we don't know what will happen. We will see each other, by the way, on Wednesday, as she's in London. We will spend like the afternoon together. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it will turn out. We'll see. But this was quite a short podcast. Let me check how long it's been. 30 minutes. Oh, okay, it's alright. I thought it was shorter than that. This is how this podcast will be, I think, for the next episode. I will keep doing this. I really like this moment. Maybe I've got a little bit too much pressure on making it good rather than just making it. For example, I like this is the second time I record this podcast, and this is the first time I have to record again the podcast because I didn't like the first time. The first time, like, I did it for 20 minutes and it was not clear at all. I was like losing my mind. It wasn't good at all. But yeah, maybe I'm like, maybe I want to make it good too much, where it's just something where we'll like, where I enjoy doing, to just dump my thoughts somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. Well, thank you for being here. If you're still being here, which is not really sure. And thank you for listening. And have a good weekend. Well, the weekend is over. Have a good week, and enjoy this week. Thank you for listening again, and yeah, see you next week.